Alright, let's go ahead and look at forms and reports now. Forms and reports are both ways to view the data outside of the regular table structure. Here are some example forms I made. They're very simple. They arrange the data in just different ways, but they still display each of the data points within the assignments. So as I go from one to the other, you'll notice that it goes down the same list as the assignment table. You navigate through the records by these arrow keys down here. If you want to navigate through the fields of the record, you can use your arrow keys or you can click. You can edit the various fields just by clicking and typing in new data, so be careful when you're viewing records in this fashion. If you want to make a new record, you can select this option down here, and that'll create a completely new record. Here's another example of the forms. These are every single one of the students. This is just going through the students table, and it's pulling out their first name, their last name, and the sport that they're in. If we want to make a new record, we can create a fake student ID. And then insert all the fields of the table. So now if we go to the student table, and close it, and open it back up, we'll see new student who's in all sports. You notice that the form does not necessarily have to have all the fields in it, but because we want to keep all these fields updated, we should include all the fields that are necessary in the form. We might decide that, for instance, we can add another field that's just for notes. We might decide that not all records need the notes field, but in this case, we should have a record of how many credits the student has taken and what their major is. I'm going to show you how to create these forms, and we'll create one for the classroom table, and it'll just assign the classroom an ID. We'll put in the building and the room number, the capacity, and then if it has technology. So in order to create a new form, you click on Form Wizard, and it automatically detected you're in the classroom table. And we'll add all these over. And we'll make it justified. Now, we can see all of the forms for the classrooms. Let's go ahead and show all these fields that do not equal no. So you can see this little filtered icon shows up down here. It's going to go through and show one of 4 records that have yes. We can remove it by just clicking on the filtered icon, and then it'll become unfiltered. So if you want to show all that equal Xavier, we show that there are 3 buildings that are 3 classrooms of the classrooms we have in the table that are in Xavier. We can also search. So if we're searching for a classroom that has 25 seats available, it'll go through and search in this field for 25. You can also search and filter in the table, but forms allow you to arrange the data so that the important things are where you want them to be. Now let's go ahead and look at reports. Here's an example report. It lists each of the student IDs, it lists the departments of the courses that they're in, the type of assignment they just did, and the points possible and the points received. So right now we can see that this student, who I just know is Clark Kent, has done 4 courses and he's had a few assignments in each course. Let's go ahead and create another report with student name rather than student ID as the main divider. So we go to create, report wizard, and we'll pull first from the students table, and we'll do their last name. Then we'll pull from the assignments table. Then we'll pull from the courses table, and we'll do the department. Then we'll pull from the assignments table and do the type, and then the points received, and the points possible. Now it asks us how do we want to group our data, and we'll do it by students. And then we can add grouping levels. Here, department was added as a grouping level, and then type, points possible, and points received were all on the same level. We'll do the same thing. We'll add department as a grouping level, and then keep type, points received, and points possible all together. And we'll sort it in descending order. You have 3 options here. You can do an outline, a block, or stepped. I think it's easier to do the stepped than the other 2. Now let's go ahead and preview the report. Alright, you can see that it didn't quite turn out as we wanted it to. For one, it's on 2 pages. Let's go ahead and modify this report so that it's demonstrating stuff. You can see that the last couple ones have been cut off. If we go to Layout View down here in the right hand corner, we can change that. So if we select this and then select everything in this column, we can shrink this column. And then we can grow this column and shrink it from the other side. Alright, and that's a good way to view all of our data in one report. We can't change the report from here. The report only prints out data in a useful manner. So forms allow you to see data, to filter it, and to edit it, and reports allow you to organize data, to see it, but not to edit it. You will need to be familiar with just using forms and reports that I've pre-made and getting familiar with reading them and being able to use them to edit the information. So go ahead and practice that and get ready for the guided exercise on Thursday. Alright, have a good one, guys.